Usually I typically have nails tan and it's just hard for me to get it all, and I don't have nails tonight. So I was like, and I got home early from work today and I kind of had the stream ready to go. It's a simple one. So it was easy for me to come on. So glad to see Kristen here. Like I said, if you guys have questions, let me know. First up, our number one clicked product currently is our fleece lined tights. And I will be honest with you, I've purchased a bunch of different brands. This is one of the brands of fleece lined tights that I purchased. It's one of the more affordable ones right now on deal of the day. So this is the one that I linked up. So I will tell you, like, it's hard for me to be talking about winter right now because we had like this spring like weather come across the last 2 or 3 days, which has been nice. I'm not going to complain about it. It's been kind of mild. So I probably would not be wearing the fleece lined tights when it's 60 degrees outside in Cleveland, but it's already cooling down. I can tell it's definitely cooled down. I don't think it's gonna, the really warm temperatures are going to last, but I don't think we're getting an Arctic blast anytime soon, at least in the next week. So we'll end up having to see how that goes. But I love these if you do want something a little warm. And I will say, I started wearing the fleece lined tights probably November. There were a couple really chilly days. I usually like to wear this if it's 30 degrees or colder. So I feel like I still get enough coverage with the other ones. What's great about the fleece lined tights, and I'm going to see if I have a photo. So I'm going to compare the two. No, that's not it. I gotta find which one, that's not it. Which one are the fleece lined tights in these photos here? Hold on. Pretty sure these are the fleece lined tights that I have on. So just to compare, this is fleece lined tights here. And then if you were looking at this picture of the sweaters, like the far right one here, those are like regular black sheer tights. So you could definitely tell they're a little bit more black sheer. With the sweater vest, I'm actually wearing an opaque tight. So the thing that's kind of nice about, and it's kind of hard to tell because I do have boots on, but the thing that's nice about these fleece lined tights is that they don't really give the look of opaque tights. They kind of give the illusion of a sheer tight, but maybe not as sheer, because once you put them on, and you stretch them across, they kind of look like there's flesh underneath. Like you can see your skin underneath because they are like skin toned fleece on the interior. So you're not showing any leg, but it kind of gives the illusion of like they're sheer, right? You can kind of see when they start to stretch out a little bit, they're one size fits all, that they kind of give the illusion of a sheer tight. But they're not as sheer as like a true sheer tight. I did link up my favorites, which are, believe it or not, the Hanes Silk Reflections for the black sheer tights. I feel like they look the best as far as like a true black sheer tight. But these are nice if you want that look, but it's like really cold. Because believe me, when it's really cold, you're going to want a little bit more coverage. So those are the fleece lined tights. They are one size fits all. I think too, like if they might be a little, they're not big on me, but I feel like if I had a little bit more stretch, you would see a little bit more of like the skin toned on these. But they are on deal of the day. They're great if you want to wear these with your skirts and boots. I always tend to wear tights with skirts and boots like this. These are perfect. All right, moving along. So let's take a look going back to our opaque tights. So here's another outfit I wore this week. You're going to see some of these on my Instagram today. I do like a pair of opaque tights, and oftentimes I tend to wear the opaque tights if I'm wearing like a shorter skirt, like I am here. I have a couple other different examples. Let's see here. Like I am here, like if I'm wearing a shorter skirt and boots, and then maybe I'm going to church, I'm going to work, a little bit more conservative setting where I'm like, okay, I want to get away with wearing the shorter skirt, but I don't want to like be too revealing with like a pair of black sheer tights. I feel like an opaque tight almost gives it like a legging type look. So it makes it a little bit more conservative. That's when I wear these. If I'm going out or, you know, have a nice dinner or somewhere when I'm not really necessarily trying to be more modest, I would definitely wear like a sheer tight with these. I also am somebody, because I work in an office, that I will wear like the nude tights, like, you know, the skin tone tights. I know people make fun of that. I still think it's ultra professional because sometimes the outfit that I'm wearing, that's what the outfit calls for. But I didn't link them up because I actually use like a really, really cheap brand because I go through them very quickly because I wear a lot of those as well. But I will say I am one of those people, especially in an office setting, and if it's cold and you want to have that look outside of having like a black tight, those are the ones to have. But these are the joiny ones. This is what they look like when you pick them up. These are the black. They are on lightning deal for $12.59. I have the black on here, and they're really nice. You get a 2-pack. I actually just got a whole other pack of these. So there's the black, and then you can pick up the brown for $12.59. Same price, even though I don't think these are necessarily on a deal of the day. They are the same price, and these are the brown. Because sometimes you just want a pair, depending on your outfit, if you're wearing brown or suede, you just want a pair of the brown. So I have both, and they fit well. And I will say definitely take a look at the sizing chart that comes with any of these, because height and weight really matters with these, you know, depending on what works. So I would definitely make sure you're paying attention to the sizing chart on those. So those are the opaque tights that I've been wearing currently. All right, let's take a look at the tights that I have on today. So we are gonna look at the entire outfit here. This is actually what I'm wearing today. My skirt is no longer available. It is a Grace Karen pencil skirt. It's one of my favorite skirts, and I haven't been able to part with it because it is one of my favorite skirts. I get a small. I think I got a small. Sometimes, let me look. Sometimes I just definitely look at the sizing chart. Some of them are one size. So let me look. If I'm looking at the joiny, I'm pretty sure I got a small. Sometimes it depends on the height, because sometimes, yeah, I got the small medium is what I got. The small medium. Because sometimes too, it's like the height, like I can't pull them up, you know what I mean? And then that's when I get runners or rip them because they're like not long enough, even though I'm not super tall. So yeah, I'm 5'5", 120. It's showing me like in a medium here. So I got the small medium is what I got. Sometimes I do get a medium, but always pay attention to the chart. But I did get a small medium in these, in the joining. So hopefully that helps, Moni. Hopefully that helps. Joseph's here. Hey, Joseph. Welcome to the show. So yeah. So Moni was asking for the opaque tights. I got a small medium. Definitely take a look at the sizing chart. Joseph, so glad you're here. Welcome to the show. Thanks for popping on and saying hello. So unfortunately, I linked up everything that I'm wearing today with the exception of my skirt. It is a Grace Karen skirt. You can find similar ones. I actually picked out a bunch of Belle Poke and Kate Kasin stuff today, and I did pick up a bunch of new pencil skirts for Valentine's Day and early spring, and they do have similar styles to this one, but I like this skirt. And it was the easiest one in my closet because my closet's really, really bit hard to get into right now, but we're gonna shop my entire outfit. But this is the Vero Monte 4-pack of tights, and these are one size, and I like these too because they're super stretchy. These do have like a fishnet material. I'll show you the ones that I actually have on. And what I like about these is that they're super stretchy, and because they have the fishnet material, you don't really get runners in these, and they last a lot longer. They're kind of like a knit rather than a nylon. So I'll show you all the different prints that you get in these. $14.99, and if you click through, there's a lot of different options depending on what you're looking for. So I haven't worn all of these yet. I haven't worn all of them. Actually, I just think I've only worn the one that I have on. And sometimes I don't always like to do like the different patterns depending on what I'm wearing. So these are kind of nice like with sweater dresses. We are going to be doing a sweater dress stream. These are nice with boots, pumps. But there's the chevron as I get the stuck on my ring here. You don't want to do that. You do have to be careful because it is like a knit sweater. Okay, maybe take my rings off while I'm going to show you guys what these look like. So that's the one, like the chevron, which can look really cool. I have the herringbone. And even though they're like fishnet, I feel like they're like still okay. Like they're not like your typical type of fishnet tights, right? They have like these little different types of patterns in them, which make them look so cool. Then we also have this one, which is kind of like a vintage like diamond pattern, which I really like. There's the vintage diamond, and then you stretch these out, and they're really stretchy. And like I don't really feel like there's a problem with fitting in these at all, honestly. And then this one I think is flowers. The flowers are really pretty for like Valentine's Day. Really pretty. Like like flowers, lace. And then this is the pair that I have on today, which is like the herringbone. Only $14.99 for these as well. So I'll give you guys an up close look if you guys can see. So here's the herringbone. Can you guys see? It's kind of even hard to see in that photo, but look how cool do they look? They kind of have like that herringbone, like menswear, business wear pattern. They look really cool with my pumps. I like how they look with the skirt. I love them. So that's one of the patterns that you can get in this 14 pack set for $14.99. And then when you click through, they are one size fits all. And then when you click through, let's see here. Let me go back to my stream. Where am I? There's a bunch of different ones. Let's see here. There's like 8 different options of a variety of patterns in those. Kristen goes, sometimes I wear tights as thermals under my pants. And yes, you could do that too if you want an extra layer. I especially think like if you want to do the fleece are definitely a little thicker. If you've never tried the fleece, they are definitely thick. They almost feel like a very thin legging. I don't know. They almost feel like a legging, to tell you the truth. But the opaque ones are kind of good to wear underneath if you want some extra warmth. Okay, so that's the 4-pack set here. Okay, now I can't see what everything is when I look at these, so I gotta click through. So I also picked up these Mansies. Okay, I wore these the other day. These are the large polka dots. I wore these. Let me see if I can find it. I wore these the other day. It might be kind of hard to see on here too. Can you guys see that? I mean, I can zoom in. Let me refresh. I can zoom in because I wear boots with a lot of these. Let me zoom in on that. Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom in on the tights. So you don't need to look at me. You can kind of see the large polka dots on those. So let me look. Now I might not have the large polka dots here because I wore those the other day. Sometimes like I'll wear them and then I'll take them off. I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about it in the stream. Okay, that's the leopard. And then I'll wash them after the stream is done. Okay, I don't have the large polka dot, but this is the large polka dot print. You can also get the small polka dot. If you're somebody, you're like, well, I don't really want the fishnets. I kind of like a typical nylon. These are nice because you get the typical nylon. Now, the ones that I have linked up here have larger polka dots on them. Like you can see here, they're slightly larger. So, and I think the polka dots are nice. They kind of have like also a little bit of a design and not too over the top. They kind of go with everything too. Even if you're going to do a little pattern mixing, and you want to wear a pattern type, they're like not like crazy over the top. So $11.99 for the large ones. And then I haven't worn these yet. These are the ones that I have here, which are the smaller polka dots. These are the smaller polka dots. They almost kind of like a French feel too. Really good for Valentine's Day. Really pretty. You have the sheer black with the polka dots. Those are so cute. And those are $13.99. What's the gold cup at Chick-fil-A? I don't think I know what that is. And I go to Chick-fil-A all the time, but I don't usually go in. I usually go through the drive-through. So I don't even know what that is, Kristen. You're gonna have to explain to me. So there's the polka dots. All right, now these here are more of a look for less or designer inspired. So they kind of look like the G's, but they're not really. Honestly, they're really not. That's not that one. They're really not the G's. That's not it either. Did I do the wrong one? I did do the wrong one. Hold on a second. I did the wrong picture. Give me one sec. I'm gonna bring a different picture up here. Or maybe not. I see what I did. That's okay. We'll bring it up. I thought I linked it up, but I didn't. So these, I have them here with me, but I kind of want to show you. So these are like the designer inspired G's, but they're not. They kind of look like an infinity symbol rather than the G's. Bring them up on my phone. Because I guess I used the wrong photo. I have it labeled there and I used the wrong photo. Here we go. So that's what they look like. I wore it with this little fleece jacket and boots. And then they kind of look like, but they're not. They look like more of like the infinity symbol. These also have the fishnet. So they're kind of inspired look. Chris says you could buy collector's cups. When you open it, if it's the gold one, I think you get Chick-fil-A for a year. Interesting. I didn't know that. I might have to try to do that. I had no idea. I had no idea. All right, so here's these. Like I said, they kind of look more like the infinity symbol. They're not like a true G, but when you put them on, it kind of gives that illusion of the inspired label. And I wear these a lot too. These are great go-tos. I always, every year, because I wear them so much, I try to find a version of them every year, because they do just bring like an elegant, elevated, very fashionable, chic look, and those are only $12.99. All right, and then if you're looking for something classic, this is the one that I was just looking at, so let me see if I can zoom in on this one a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit more. If you guys can see, it's like they're like sheer diamond. They're like sheer black tights with that like diamond window pane pattern. So these are also very classic if you want more of like a nylon as opposed to the fishnet. They have just a really cute look. They go with anything. I kind of feel like they even kind of go with the buffalo check. They're great for the office, and just like a little bit of an elevated pattern without being too much. And those are only $8.95, and they're from Legs. You can find a lot of the diamond ones, but those are pretty affordable. So again, with all of these, I would definitely pay attention to the sizing chart on those as well. All right, and then these here, let's see here, these here are the leopard, which I have not worn these exact ones yet, but I have a similar style. Now the style I have here don't have like the black sheer. They actually have more like a tan nylon with the black leopard print against it. So these are going to look slightly different than how I style them there, because they're going to be more of a black sheer. But how fun are these? I love how this looks with the little sweater dress, the boyfriend blazer, the chunky boots. It's just such a fun and funky look. I think these would look, I like actually probably the black sheer a little bit better. I feel like these would look so good with like a leather skirt, boots, sweater dress. So cute. And they're only $11.99 for those. And then we shared a lot of the shimmer tights. I didn't want to spend a lot of time on them, but I wanted to link them up again because I feel like with Valentine's Day around the corner, if you still have winter weddings, these are great to wear. They're kind of still nice for a date night, an elegant or formal event, an evening event that you may have on your calendar. These little sequin tights are perfect. So let me kind of show you. So this pair here I can also see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. So a couple different options. So we have the options that have more of the sheer nylon with the rhinestones. It's like a sheer nylon with the rhinestones. Are really sparkly. They capture the light. They're so pretty. I also have it in the nude. They're only $8.87. They're also one size fits all. And then we also have the ones that are, again, are almost like a fishnet. And these tend to be a little bit more forgiving, and they don't, that's the only thing. They stretch, super stretchy, and then they don't really snag. So here's the black. As you can see, they're the fishnet. And these kind of look sheer when you put them on. And they're definitely more encrusted with the rhinestones. So we have those for $9.99 as well. And then these are my favorite black sheer tights. Let's see here if I can find it again. So I'm wearing the black sheer tights with the striped sweater there, and compared to the opaque. So the black sheer tights, I just really like the shade of black. They're like a true black, because I've tried a lot of different black tights before, and some of them almost are off black, like they're almost a little opaque. These have a really beautiful look. The only thing with these is that they run, I snag and run these very easily, but I like these the best from Hanes. They're silky, they feel really nice, they feel high quality, and they are $12.08. Chris said I bought the Lucky Elf ones in new. What did you think? Did you wear them yet? I think they're so fun. I think they're so fun. And like, yeah, I mean, we're not going to wear them as much as we did during the holidays, but there's still opportunities to wear them. All right, so those are just like a little roundup of my favorite tights that I wanted to share. So if you, like I said, if you like to wear skirts, dresses, sweater dresses, boots, you live in a winter climate, you work in an office, you don't have to work in an office, you just like to if you're looking for something going to church, these are ones that I often reach for on the daily. Kristen hasn't worn them yet. Kristen, I guess you're going to have to find an occasion to wear them. But Valentine's Day around the corner, or for Galentine's Day, or an evening out. All right, and then I just decided to link up my outfit because it was kind of like mild today. I didn't have to wear a heavy sweater. So I thought it was nice to kind of wear some of the things I haven't had an opportunity to style yet. Like this Kasin blouse. It's got the really pretty pleated neckline. I mean, the neckline in and of itself has really nice detail. So I didn't even bother wearing a necklace with it. This one also buttons in the back. It's very drapey and beautiful. It's also got the stretchy smocked ruffle cuff. Really easy to tuck in. I feel like it looks best tucked in, and it kind of has like that drapey effect. Super professional. Also feel like you can layer this under a blazer as well because it's got that really nice detailed neckline. So I'm 5'5" and a size small, only $18.04 for those. Then these are the shoes I wore today. So if you look at what I wore, I love these. I usually, like in the wintertime, I'll wear like a chunkier block pair of shoes or boots. We had so much snow and cold weather December through now. I mean, I mostly wore boots every day. A lot of times if it's clear like it is today without ice or snow on the ground, it's kind of like a mild day, I'll still wear my heels with my tights. And it was nice to kind of change it up from wearing boots. So I wore these today. I really like how they look with the pattern tights. They have a nice heel on these. It's not too high, not too low. It's like a nice thicker base. It's also kind of got a nice little comfort sole here. And I do like the little Dior style. Easy to slip on, a little bit of stretch. And I feel like it's a little elevated, like an elevated black heel, a little bit more comfortable rather than just a normal pump. And I think the strap makes your legs look really, really nice. These are also available in a bunch of colors, and I'm in a 7.5. They're true to size and only $34.49. Then I wear these earrings a ton. These have a little bit of a rhinestone post with the black bow, kind of like a Chanel vibe. Those are $11.99. And then I have my black and pearl headband, like the turban style with the little knot here. I actually got it in this 12-pack headband set for $14.99, which is a great deal. And I feel like if you don't wear headbands a lot, this is great because you kind of get everything you need. To get 2 pearl styles, black with pink. Pink would be perfect for Valentine's Day, early spring, and you get all your basic colors. Like you get leopard, navy blue, gray, white, a lot of basic colors. Krista goes, I have those shoes. They come in 5.5. They're so good. They're so good. I'm glad I got them because sometimes I get bored with a black pump, and these are just like a little bit of an elevated look. Shall, that's okay. It was a little mini stream. We just did pantyhose and tights today. Just kind of very like curated, targeted stream. And I just came up with this idea because I was like, I just bought a bunch of tights for the winter for work. And I was like, I should just do a stream on tights. So I figured that's what we would do today. Since I have limited time on Friday, I figured this wasn't going to be one of our super long ones. I mean, we would end up doing it. So Shell, if you have questions, scroll through in any of the different styles. Let me know if you want to see something. That goes for anybody too, because we've pretty much gone through all the products in the carousel. So if you have questions on any of the products, pop those questions down in the chat. Also, put your guesses for what you think the top 3 clicked products are in the chat, and we will recap the top 3 products. I think this might be a tough one. Might be a tough one day. You were coming on, but you dropped hot sauce on the kitchen floor. You sound like me, Shell. Yesterday, after the stream, I don't know, I was opening packages. I had 2 incidents where I had the silica gel packets were open, and I opened the package and they like spilled everywhere, which, they're dangerous for dogs. You can't eat them. And honestly, I'm not really worried about Minnie like eating them out, but I always worry about her getting the paper packets because you guys know how she loves paper. So I'm always like very cognizant of the silica gel. So it was like 12 o'clock at night. Like I was like opening all those packages I showed you on the stream, and I was going to get ready to bed and go to bed, and I was so tired, and I opened the package and that happened. So here I am like vacuuming at midnight in my foyer there, and I had actually set my alarm, and I set the alarm off because when I was vacuuming it sounded like somebody was breaking glass, which I guess is good to know that it works, but it was quite adventurous. So that's what happened with me. All right, if nobody has any guesses, then we'll go ahead and recap the top three. So Kristen said the fleece lined, the nude sparkle, and the shoes. All right, let's see here. I feel like we might just end up, okay, I know I have number one. I know I have number two. Now I'm just going to have to figure out number three. Let's see here. Okay. So coming in at number three were the shoes. So Kristen, you were correct. The shoes, such a good option. I have them on here with these herringbone tights. I figured that these would be cute with any of the tights that you're wearing. So $34.49 for those. Then coming in second place were the Luck Elf Black Sparkle for $9.99. So Kristen, you were close, but these are really, really pretty. Again, I know the holidays are over, but it's still winter. There's still Valentine's Day. There's still plenty of evening events. It is the rhinestone ones with the fishnets, and they're so, so sparkly. So those were number two. Shell's guessing the black top and the headbands. Those are good guesses too. The black top, definitely a popular one. But coming in first place were the fleece line tights. So Kristen, you got two of the three. So good guess. Then I figured the fleece line tights are always popular, especially if they are on deal of the day. Now I got to try to find, I forget now which one. Yeah, the bow sweater. I have the fleece line tights. So they have the illusion. What did I do with them here? They have the illusion of like a sheer black tight. Did you take, oh, here they are. I thought Minnie might have taken them, because sometimes she'll take my tights and walk around with them. So they have the illusion of a sheer black tight rather than being opaque, but they're not. You can kind of see they have that look, but they have like this nude fleece lining, which kind of gives it the illusion of skin, and they're going to keep you really warm. And they are like thicker. They almost feel like a legging, to tell you the truth, but they're tights. And they're nice to wear. I was a little warm today. I probably wouldn't wear these. I'd be sweating. But they are good for those really chilly December, January, and February days. That's okay, Shell, no problem. It was like a really quick little mini stream this evening. So anyways, that wraps it up. So we will be on tomorrow. I think we're going to do double features, Saturday and Sunday, since I won't be on till, I'll only be on Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And we do have Govee Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So